Hey guys, so I am out in my rat shack today and I am dealing unfortunately with some sort of issue with my ASF rats. They are showing some diarrhea, and it actually started showing up in my collection a long time ago, but I ignored it, you know. And if I could go back and do things again, I would have taken that one rat out that was showing signs of diarrhea and culled it, because it has wreaked quite a bit of havoc on my collection. Sorry about the wind here. But what I'm doing here to remedy this is I'm trying a couple of things. I could go see a vet and get some sort of lab done, and I have a fantastic vet, but I thought I'd give a couple of things a try, because you can spend a lot of money going to vets all the time, and you know, I've spent my fair share, and you're always finding ways, looking for ways to save money. And so what I've done here is, well, let's just go take a look. All right, let's see if I can kind of show you what's going on. These ones don't really show signs of diarrhea. They might have a little bit of stuck poop on the tail every once in a while, but nothing like some of the things that I've been witnessing. Let me see if I can find a colony that has it. Most of these colonies are actually looking okay. They're not great. This one looks like it might be showing a little bit more signs of some diarrhea. You can see on the back of her tail, she's got a fair amount of feces on her tail, and I'm not sure exactly why that is, why it's decided to show up. Let's see here if I can find a really good one. Some of these are actually looking fairly decent. But when I say that I've been dealing with some diarrhea, you'll just have to trust me on that. You can see a little bit of stuck poop on the side here. That's a sign of it, because ASF rats, they don't have extremely wet poop. But every once in a while I'll find one that's just gushing kind of poop, and it's just this nasty, oozy stuff. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to buy some of this Oasis wet tail drops. It's for hamsters, mice, rats, and gerbils, and it's a liquid treatment for diarrhea. There it is. Its active ingredient is neomycin, which yeah, this is excuse me, neomycin sulfate. Now, neomycin sulfate, you can't really get it without a prescription in a large form. So this is something that I got off Amazon for $7. It's a very small amount of neomycin. It's very diluted. It's not concentrated at all. It's specific for small animals. Now, for my collection, you might ask, how are you gonna treat your whole collection with neomycin with just that small thing? Well, I could go to a vet and they could give me a prescription, which I may do that if this doesn't work. But I found a very economical way to take care of this problem. So what I do is, when I'm cleaning cages about every 5-6 days, I go through all my ASF rats and I find which ones are pregnant. Okay, I take those pregnant ones and we're going to quarantine them. We're going to treat the moms before they have their babies, so that by the time those babies are born, we're not dealing with any protozoa or bacteria or whatever it is they've got, whatever funk they've got going on. So let me just show you what I've got here for my quarantines. Now here's one that I can tell she's got something funky going on with her poop. Now she's had her babies. I've been treating her with these oral drops once a day, 16 drops. That's what it says on the back here for treatment. For adult ASF rats. This one is doing quite a bit better. And this one is doing very well. Now, for ASF rats, I've actually got 4 ASF rats. It becomes hard to do this because you're not supposed to separate the ASF rats from each other and then reintegrate them because they'll attack each other. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think that's true for most ASF breeders. But I did a video on how you can reintegrate ASFs. It works fine for me. It's not going to work for every colony, but it works good for my line of ASFs. And I wish that I could get that part of my ASFs to every ASF owner. Let me show you something. So this is another quarantine. After they've been treated for 7 days, I integrate all the females of that week together and put them in this bigger quarantine. It's got water, and there's about 25 babies in here. And the idea is, like, I can see in here, and I can see that their poop is looking way better. It's not exactly how I would like it, but it's way better than what I've seen in my collection from some of my rats. So I do think the neomycin is working somewhat. It may not be fixing the whole issue, and I may have to go to a vet and get some sort of analysis, but for now it's working, and that gives me a little bit of hope, because I would hate to start all of my colonies all over again. I've put so much time, work, effort into it. To deal with this now is kind of heartbreaking. Anyways, I have no problems integrating my ASFs, and those females, these females here, were from all different colonies. These are not from the same colony. They've been here for a week. There's 3 females in there. One's hidden underneath all the rest, and they show no signs of aggression towards each other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out. I'm cleaning this rack system. This is the rack that I'm going to be putting them back into. I'm going to spray it down with bleach, wipe it down with bleach as best I can, clean it up, and my hope is that I can slowly, over time, eradicate this horrible diarrhea-causing disease and get my colonies back in order. I don't know if it's going to work. It's worth a shot. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, then I'll go to my vet. Maybe get some samples done. Maybe they needed a bigger dose or a longer dose of neomycin. I don't know. But so yeah, and eventually, with those females breeding, giving birth to all those babies will grow up. The idea is without any parasites or bacteria or virus that's causing this diarrhea, and I'll just gradually replace my colonies over time. And it'll take a little bit of time, but maybe, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, it's worth it. So anyways, that's what I've got going on here in my rat shed. I wish it was happier news. This is kind of the ugly side of keeping animals, is dealing with some of these diseases and parasites. So hopefully if there are any of you out there that are struggling with the same thing, maybe it might give you some ideas on how to treat your individual colonies. And eventually what I'll do is, with those 3 females that have already gone through the treatment and now they're in quarantine, is I'll do the same thing with a male later on and integrate that male into the colony. Now, integrating ASFs doesn't work for everybody, nor does it work with every single colony. My line, 0 problems. And so hopefully that gives you guys some ideas. And until next time, this has been Steven with Clutch Pythons. Thanks for hanging out, guys.